we'll get this party started. All right, so guys, I'm going to teach again how to run the LBD challenge, the classic, and then the LBD version for you guys here today. So feel free to take notes. By the way, please be interactive. Don't let me go minutes and minutes and minutes with talking and you don't ask any questions or you don't stop me. I'm here to teach to help you run it. This isn't for me. We got it all dialed in. So stop me and let's talk about the questions you have and ask how it applies to your model, or what if this happens? Now's the time to ask all those great questions. All right. So we're going to dive into it, everybody. How to run the LBD challenge. I really look at this as the Super Bowl time of fitness. Many people think it's the new year, but I actually think fall, we tend to have the most sales any time of the year. So to me, this is go time, baby. This is growth. This is lots of members, lots of EFT. Let's change some lives. Let's help a lot of people get into the gym. All right. So here is our agenda, our topics for the day. What the heck is the LBD if you've never heard of it? What is the non-LBD version? What to charge to 3x your investment on your ad spend and all the other costs that you're going to incur to like get this thing going. How to get a copious amount of leads. I just wanted to use that word more. We don't use it enough. The 3 angles that you can sell this challenge to. Done for you resources that you guys will be getting as GR customers, and then game changers, things we implemented into our challenges that just completely took them to another level. And then finally, the real reason everybody joins this challenge. So that is that. And guys, whether you want to unmute and ask questions or drop them in the chat, I'm going to be looking over both. All right. So first things first, mindset. Most of my talks, I start with something mindset. Here's what I don't want you guys to be looking at and giving into your pessimistic side is looking at all the reasons this challenge doesn't work for you. Here's why this challenge doesn't work for us. Our systems are different. That's not how we do things here. Turn that side of your brain off today. Just be in dream mode, be imagination, be there to receive information. And later on, you can dissect it and say, hey, how does this apply to us? So you can look at it with this lens. How can we apply this to our business? Maybe it's not exactly the same, but I can mold it. I can change it. How can I tweak it for our model? That's the right mindset I want you guys to have. And the reason I bring that up is you see it with your clients too. What do they say when you give them the meal plan or the recipe guide? I don't like fish. I don't like eggs. I don't like red meat. They look at everything they don't like, even though there's 100 things on the list they do like. They only see the 3 they don't like, right? The pessimistic side is looking. Hey, I looked at your schedule. The PM times don't work for me. Okay, can we look at the AM times? There's a whole other half of the day, Mrs. Jones. All people tend to look at is what doesn't work. So that's why I'm calling that out now. Like, don't look at these things and look at what doesn't work. Let's look at what does work. What do we tend to say to these clients? Okay, you don't like fish, eggs, and red meat. How about you have some turkey or chicken? The PM times don't work for you. How about the AM times, right? They're optimistic energy we bring to the conversation. So I know I'm preaching to the choir. Almost everybody on here is growth minded, positive minded, but I just want to call that out here in the beginning. All right, so here is the LBD. It's an acronym for Little Black Dress Challenge, and it's basically to celebrate healthy and strong women. So I mainly work with women in my gyms, 90% women. So I just hardcore market to them, and I turn off any men's ads. We go into our CRM and we filter out men. So only our texts and emails, well, I should say our texts only go to women, and we just promote the heck out of this women's focused challenge. And so we are going to start ours on September 28th. Just so you guys know, you might see some little mishaps here or there because I just want to be completely transparent. I'm actually running an 8-week LBD, but I suggest to people who are first time running this, do not run that because it is hard to keep people motivated for 8 weeks. Like, our team is dialed in our challenge program. If you don't run challenges a lot, please, please, please do a 6-week. That's going to be much more manageable for your team. And so we're starting it September 25th. Ours is ending like November 14th. Yours, if you do a 6-week, is going to end about November 4th. Great time for a party. We're on the other side of Halloween, so you're not competing with Halloween parties, and you're doing yours before Thanksgiving. You're kind of squeezing in the middle. Perfect time. I've done this will be my 8th LBD. So kind of take it as like a seasoned vet. When's the perfect time to run these? And that is the dates. Why are we doing it September 25th? Well, you don't want to do it now. I know all the schools are going to be back, within the next 2 weeks. All schools will be back. and you want to give mom time to get into her routine, to get the kids up and to drive them to school, pick them up. You don't want to add a challenge starting on top of that chaos, because that is immediately, she's not going to join yours. She'll wait for another gym. So we push it back for that reason. Give her time, give her breathing room. And so also we do 4 weeks of sales, and I'm going to share that with you guys in our 3-phase system. We do phase 1 as a giveaway, phase 2 is an early bird price, and phase 3 is the full price. I'll break that down for you guys with dates, but this allows us to do this system. We need 4 to 5 weeks to roll it out the right way. So what's really cool about it and why we love the LBD is because it doesn't seem like a fitness challenge. All the graphics, as you see, are like women partying in black dresses. There's like gold sparkles. There's, people dancing together. This doesn't look like a normal fitness ad, and this draws her attention when everybody else has somebody curling dumbbells or doing push-ups, and it's very fitnessy. You have this party going on that just requires them to work out, and then they can come to the party. Now this sounds like a fun time, and people like that. So the promise is that we'll help them lose 1 to 2 dress sizes over the course of the challenge. That way they can rock that black dress they've always wanted to wear, the one that's hiding in the back of the closet, the one that's been calling to them at the mall. Wherever they have that desirable black dress they always want to wear, they can finally wear it when they join this challenge. So that is pretty much the premise behind it. Okay. Other options. So now we're talking non-LBD folks. A variation could be, if you don't want to be women only focused, you want to be co-ed, is to call it the little black dress and tux challenge. All right. Now you can target men and women. I'm going all in LBD, but if you want to do LBDT, I guess is the acronym, you can do that co-ed version. Okay. Now here's, I'm like the man of a million, like, offer names. So if you ever need an offer name, come to me, but I put a bunch here if you guys are going to do a non-party version. Okay. So you can do a 6-week beginner challenge. Most of us help beginners. This calls it out, and you can write it in your ad copy, beginner friendly workouts, simple nutrition plan, and you could get a bunch of beginners to start this program. Another one could be a 6-week healthy mom challenge. If you like the idea that you want to target women only, but you don't want to do the party, just say we want to help moms get healthy. Okay. Another one that worked well for us, 6-week Moms Gone Strong. And so we basically taught them that strength training is the true secret to getting fat loss results. And we put that in the label. And then the final idea is the 6-week Take Back Your Health challenge. If you want to not, you want to attack it from just a place of, co-ed, again, that could be men and women, and you want it to be around health, maybe not around fat loss, you could call it the Take Back Your Health challenge. So those are a bunch of names for people who are choosing to not do a party option. If you need more, come to me. I got a million of them, but these to me look like winners this time of the year. All right. So essentially, these are the phases broken down, each with their dates. Okay. So number 1, we said phase 1 is your giveaway. So from August 21 to August 25, which is coming up pretty soon, you want to do a list surge ad. You want to put, I would say, $100 a day, which I'm going to explain why this is not a bad thing if you do the math, to surge your list, to get 100 leads, 500 leads as fast as you humanly can, because you want your list to be fattened up. You want it to be bigger before you open up registration for this challenge. You want to get as many locals to give you their phone number. And that means usually you got to give away something for free to get a fast amount of leads. If you run an ad that's register for this or buy this, you're going to get a little more resistance and less people opting in. So when it's free, you're going to get flooded with opt-ins. So for us, we're going to give away 5 free spots into the LBD, and those are legitimately free. And we're going to just run the giveaway for a certain amount of time. And then on the last day, we're going to pull 5 names and reach out to them and say, you want a free entry. Here's what you need to do to just get, signed up and to come to orientation. Then everybody else, we're going to give them basically their version of the silver medal or their second place prize, which is early bird pricing. We'll say, hey, you did opt in. Maybe you didn't win, but you did get a runner-up prize, and that is early bird pricing. So for 2 weeks, we offer early bird pricing, and that is from August 28th to September 8th. We are going to be offering it for $199. That comes out to $33 a week if you're doing it over 6 weeks. I know there's some people on here who do boot camp and small group. I would just make this a boot camp only offer because it's going to be volume. You can upsell them small group later. If you want to try to sell a blended challenge where they get a little bit of small group, a little bit of boot camp, you could do that, but you definitely got to charge more, at least $50 to $100 more. And so that is, the pricing suggestion. Of course, at the end of the day, it's your decision. And remember, if you're not doing LBD, all this applies to your other name you're going to run with, whether it's the Healthy Mom Challenge, etc. Final 2 weeks before the challenge kicks off, we are now doing full price registration. This is the pain of procrastination. You waited, and now you got to pay more. Now the price goes up $100. It's $299. And if that seems crazy to you guys, we've sold many challenges for this price point. And I will tell you, one of the reasons the value is there, we bake in the challenge party fee into this. So when you tell them you're going to get 6 weeks of service and your ticket to the party, they kind of like throw away any price objection because they understand this party is not going to be cheap. And so for 2 weeks, basically, I forgot to put those dates down. If you're ending early bird on September 8th, that would mean it's September 11th to September 21. We're going to cut it off on that Thursday, is full price registration. I will tell you guys right now, this is where the flood happens, is in phase 3. You might get a few bites on early bird. I honestly don't tend to see a huge flood. Many gym owners freak out. They say my ads aren't working. People are being non-responsive. I just kind of have that whole Braveheart meme. I'm like, hold, it's coming. And then phase 3 hits and then boom, there's this registration and they're paying more. And then they sometimes even feel guilty and they try to give them early bird pricing. I'm like, don't, you have to hold people accountable. If they saw all your emails, all your texts, you counted down the deadline to sign up for early bird and they chose not to buy, they have to pay the price of procrastination. And that's honestly, in my opinion, I'm kind of going on a side tangent here. That's the beginning of the coaching relationship. You need to like hold people accountable even during the sale. And if they don't get that from you and they kind of see that they can kind of, I guess, rub you and kind of get like what they want out of you, they're probably going to do that when the coaching is happening on their fat loss. And they're going to see they can kind of push you and kind of work around your boundaries. So hold the line and charge full price. So this is kind of how your investment comes back at you. And I peppered it with random photos.
Dustin,
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jody.
I'm sorry. I just have a question about the last slide. So the phase 1, do you only run that for 5 days, or that's when you're picking those 5 winners?
We bumped it to this. I'm starting on this Friday, the 18th. So it's actually gonna be 7 days. But yeah, like in a perfect world, you would have started it sooner. And that's why you want to put heavy ad spend, because it is a very short amount of time for people to opt in. So I honestly suggest $100 to $150 a day, which again sounds crazy, but I'm going to show you guys how that pays off on the next slide. But yeah, it is only 8 to 10 days, or sorry,
1 week.
5 to 7 days of giveaway. Yep.
Okay. And then 2 weeks for the early bird pricing, and then 2 weeks for the full price
Yep, exactly.
price. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So here's where I put in more, I put member and non-member. I wanted to elaborate on that. So if you're charging your non-members, these are my like low end prices. You would charge $149 to $199 if you're chasing quantity. If you just want to pack your gym out, this is a low cost 6-week challenge. If you want more quality, then raise your price and be more in the $299 to $499. You'll get less registrations, but you're going to get way higher conversions. And so that's up to you what you're chasing. All right. Everyone has a different goal. That's non-members. That's the public. That's your email list, your text list, your people coming in on your ads. Now your members, we have to be considering that they're probably paying 150 to 200 plus on your membership. And so this is an upsell to them. They're going to pay this as an extra. So again, if you wanted a high quantity of members, you would only charge them $99 to $149 for the 6-week challenge. So again, that might be 25 to 33 a week on top of their membership. So realize if they're paying 33 a week and you're charging 33 for the challenge, you got them now at 66 a week, which is good because you're increasing lifetime value. And now they're actually going to really take the challenge serious. People who pay attention. Do not give challenges for free to your members. They don't take it serious. And it's just a hot mess. And now everybody's opted in, and not just the people who paid. You want just your 30 or 40% of members who actually paid, and give them extra attention on this challenge. If you want to charge more, I would put it at 199 to 299. That would be if it's going to be, you know, maybe small groups included, or again, you start at a lower price, you give them early bird pricing, and then you raise it on them as well. So, you know, when it comes to the party, we build the party cost into the challenge fee, which is why ours are a little bit higher than what maybe others charge. Some people charge for the party separately. I've seen anywhere from $40 to $60, depending on the venue costs and the food. And you don't have to go nuts. I know when I kind of like frame it, some people think a huge venue hall and there's like an elephant walking in the room and there's dancers and it's like this huge Hollywood production. We've done them really low key, and those have been some of the most popular ones. Like everybody met at a restaurant and we all ate together, and then we designated a club that everyone's gonna go and dance at after. And so we basically bought everyone's food, and that was the cost of the LBD party. One of my gyms, we have our own private parking lot, and it's got a metal gated fence, and we can put a giant tent in there, and we could put a DJ with a dance floor and a taco guy, and we just have the party there. It's probably $4,000 all in. And so, you know, that is like a cost saving way to do it. Some people have done this party and they've told me they've had a member who's got a really nice house and they have a huge backyard, or they got a lot of parking, and they just pimped out that house and they got all these vendors to come and throw a huge backyard smash. So there's lots of ways to make this party work. Again, back to that mindset. Don't say, I can't afford a party, we can't throw a party. Ask yourself creatively, how can you, what resources do you have at your, you know, your availability? Another place to look for venues is peerspace.com. These are people who have venues that maybe don't get booked out all the time and they need people to, you know, to rent them. So I've seen like huge headquarters will rent out their conference room as a one-off, and you can just rent it for $50 an hour or something. And so peerspace.com is a cool place to look for venues, but try to, you know, again, keep it budget friendly so that you don't burn through all your front end money you brought in. And that is essentially, you know, like just yeah, Peerspace. That's right, Jody. So that is essentially some good info there. Now let's get into ad spend. Okay. So these are just, you know, again, some designs we had at our gym. Ad spend. So the average owner spends about $30 to $40 a day. So they're putting in $1,200 in ad spend. This is the time to not be cheap and not be locked into your mindset of your ad spend. Cause like who picked that number, right? You did. You just randomly picked a daily ad spend and you tend to stick to it all year. There has to be a time where you break out of that comfort zone and you spend more. And I can tell you, I even fell victim to this. And when I spent more, I saw the results. We got more leads and we got more buyers. And it just takes someone to come along and shake you up. So hopefully I'm doing that for you. But do this math. Let's say I motivate you to spend $100 a day. And you're like, that sounds like a lot. Holy crap. Every day I'm just burning $100 bill. Okay, well, do the math. Like most of the time, the fear comes from not doing the math. That would equal $3,000, $100 a day over 30 days, right? That's a sizable investment. But look at the return. If you get 50 non-members at $199, you almost made $10,000, $9,900. If you get 50 non-members at $299, you made $15,000. So hopefully that gives you safety and knowing that this is a calculated risk. I know I'm going to put $100 a day in, and I know I'm going to be chasing this number of 50 non-members. And just so you guys know, our numbers, our record in our company is we got 60 members and 60 non-members at a location. That's 120 people to join this challenge. And I'm looking to break that. I want to get to 150 at one challenge, at one location this year. So 50 non-members is very doable. And don't forget, when you're selling your members, it costs you nothing. There is no ad spend. You're literally announcing it at the end of your sessions and you're sending out a company text and email. That costs nothing. Your every dollars your members are giving you, that's free. That's free. That's extra profit, right? And that helps you to cover the cost of that party and to pay your coaches if, you know, they're going to be doing the extra work. But essentially, you want to take that money, almost like you're taking the money your members are paying you and you're putting it into ad spend to get more members. Because I'm telling you, this is your Super Bowl season. And if you do this thing right, you can see some significant EFT growth. I didn't put this in the slide deck, but at one location, we grew by 10,000 EFT from this challenge. And my second location grew by 15,000 EFT, my bigger location. So this is like actual like growth time. Like it's not just like little steady, can I add 5 or 10 members net this month? Like 30, 40, 50 net members if you play your cards right. And the other thing that I tend to forget to mention that I'm remembering is, guys, this is a retention play. All your members who bought this challenge are basically saying, I'm not going anywhere for the next 6 weeks. I'm locked in. I'm here to do this challenge. And so you're locking them in, and you're getting new people, and you're creating community, and you're having this fun, thank you party. So that is all the reasons this is such a winner. Okay. And as you guys see here in this photo, we also order awards, which you can get very inexpensively. And I'm going to show you guys, how to do that. So we'll continue on. So copious amounts of leads. So again, you guys are GR customers, so we're going to take extra good care of you. In all transparency, I'm going to teach this to the public, but they will not get all the done for you resources you guys get. So that will be the main difference maker. So what you will get from us, you will get done for you Facebook ads, whether we're running your ads or you will want to just give them to your marketer. We have all the ad copy written, done for you. Text blast to your leads, your database, your members, your past members, all done. Email blast to your email list, Facebook group post to your members, your past member text. I mentioned that already. We got posts for you to put up on your Facebook and your Instagram. We have something I call a convo starter, where you go into like local groups in your area where people are selling things and you advertise in there. And then finally, member referrals. Like, how can you ask your members to get a buddy to sign up? It's up to you what you want the gift to be. Some people have said, every member every person you refer into this, I'm going to knock $50 off your registration. If it's $200, you send me 4 people, you're free in the LBD. However you want to do it. I've seen people do up to $100. So they just bring 2 people. They're going to completely, waive them for 2. You got to do the math on what you are willing to give away. Will you give them a t-shirt? Will you give them, whatever you want to give them? But you don't ever want to ask your members to do something for free, is essentially the big takeaway. So I'm just going to stop and show you guys a quick sneak peek at the document, so you guys see exactly what you're going to be getting from me when this is over. So this is my LBD marketing doc. So we have everything you need on one document, and you can click it. It's bookmark. It'll take you right there. But essentially, text to go to your current members. I suggest going into your list and just like filtering out the ladies only. You don't want to hit guys with this, like, unless you're going to run a co-ed offer, right? So current member text, we got those lined up for you. Past member text, your new opt-ins. And then we got we call prospects like your database, like the big mother list of people you've collected since you've been opening doors. And then we got past member emails. We got your prospect emails, which again is your big email list that you're going to send these offers to. And then we got your group posts that go up in your group with dates, exactly when to post them. And then lots of images, as you guys see here. Obviously, I'm going to give you non-branded ones so you can change them to your brand. Facebook and Instagram posts, so you can post them on your social media. And then let me see what else there was at the bottom here. I think, here's the convo starters for your community groups. And then lastly, there's your Facebook ad copy. So the giveaway ad copy, and then the actual like offer with all the deliverables kind of, value stacked out. And there's a few variations. And this was from last year, so feel free to grab it. But these, like, if you create a Facebook group just for LBD challengers, these were our actual posts we used last year. So we had a Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday cadence. And so we just left these in here if you guys want to snatch these and post these up, and, use them. So that is that. And so just wanted to show that to you guys real quick. And I'm going to share with you also a Google Drive that has all the files in here in one folder. So just like file, make a copy it so you don't edit any of my stuff, and you guys will be good to go. You'll have everything you need to run this offer. So that is that 40-page document. But I will get us back on track here with what we're talking about. All right, so 3 angles you can sell this offer to, whether, again, you're doing LBD or non-LBD. Number 1 is your new opt-ins coming in on your ads. Again, don't be cheap. This is the time of year to spend more. You want to at least grow your list by 200 leads, but I would ask you to even try to aim for more. But that would be my minimum, my floor. That's where you do that giveaway ad for 7 to 10 days. Crank up the ad spend, okay? Because these people will all be buyers once you turn on sales, okay? urgency. So when you do sell to them on the early bird, you want to literally count down, and it's all in those scripts like, hey, the price is going up, so sign up, soon. And then every time you do ask for a sale, if you're using our sales team, we've trained them to ask every person for a referral. We should be getting at least 2 to 3 out of every 10 to get a buddy to join them. And here's how it benefits the person, because you might be thinking, oh, this is salesy, this is pushy. But at the end of the day, it's a win for the client, because if they have more friendly faces in the gym, they feel more at ease, they feel more safe and comfortable, and they're now accountability partners if they both go to the same session together. So it is a win for the customer, get their friends to come in there with them. It's a win for you because it's more bonds they have in the gym. And when people have a lot of bonds and relationships, it's hard to say goodbye to relationships. Like if I go every day at 8 with my buddy, I know my coach, I got my other friends in that session. Like now I've connected with 5 people. If I cancel my membership, those people all disappear the next day. So you want everybody to have lots of bonds and relationships in your business. Now we got the second angle is your main database, your prospect list, as we call it. There's always going to be 2 groups of people. There's going to be novelty and consistency people. Novelty people tend to be drawn to new. So you want some of your messages to say, we have a brand new challenge, we have a brand new offer, we've never done something like this before. Or if you have done it, we've upgraded it. This is LBD 2.0. People who love novelty and dopamine hits, they're going to bite on that. They're going to say, oh, they got something new. I've been looking for something new, and they're going to get drawn to it. Then your other group of people are consistency driven. They're the ones that want to see, how many years have you been in business? How consistent are you when I do show up? Are you the same every day, consistently good, or do you have good days and bad days? So they want to see how long you've been in business. They want to see transformations to show that they're not the first guinea pig going through this program, that you consistently crank out results. So you want to kind of tickle both of those in your marketing and your blast. And that's what I'm writing for you guys in those messages. But just know that's the method behind the madness, is like alternate between the two, and just know that those are the 2 types of people. So if you're constantly saying new, you're pushing away consistent people. But if you're never showing your longevity in business, you're pushing away the consistency people. You need to hit both, right? And then finally, you got your past members. So these are people, some people call a past member anyone who's done a trial or a membership. I only call them a past member if they got to membership level. And so you want to invite them back and make them kind of feel like you're sneaking them to the back door, and they got a backdoor deal. So you might say, we miss working with you. We want to have you back. And if you register during early bird price, you're going to see us promoting $199. We're going to give you $20 off. You can come in for $180. Do you want to get started? And so there's some sort of backdoor deal for past members, or maybe they can start early. If you have September 25th as your start date, they get to start a week early because they're a past member. Anything you want to develop, but make it feel special and like the hookup for them. And so that is essentially what we're going to be, kind of considering when you guys are doing this. Is you got the 3 angles you're selling, is your brand new leads, your old database, and your past members. You want to hit them all and bring them back into the gym. All right. Okay. Before I continue, I know I've been rattling for a while, almost 30 minutes. Any questions on any of this that I've covered so far? Please stop, ask me, unmute, drop it in the chat. We're good so far?
Justin, do you have any, it's Chantel here. Do you have any suggestions for Canadian pricing, or would you recommend the same pricing?
Yes. Whatever price you put, include maple syrup with the offer, and you'll crush it. I'm just kidding. Honestly, I don't know the conversion, Chantel, so I'm gonna really just throw it back to you and say, hey, what do you want? Do you want quality or quantity? If you want quality, drop it a little bit. Don't cut it too short, too small. If you're going to include your party in it, if you're going to charge separate, like the lowest I would go is 150, and then say to attend the party, it's $30 a head, like whatever you feel like you need to cover your party expenses. But yeah, that would probably be the lowest. I wouldn't go below 149 for a 6-week challenge.
Okay, thank you.
What are you chasing, just so I can kind of hit that a little bit more? Are you wanting quality or quantity right now?
I think I want quality.
Yeah, then I would start at 199 for early bird and then go up $50 to $100 from there. But yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the Canadian conversion, so I can't give exact amounts. So
yeah. It's about 30%.
Wow, that's crazy. All right. Any other questions? We're good? Okay. So this next section is a little bit more around the coaching, which are more done for you resources I'm going to give you guys. So one way we've made it scalable to coach a lot of people with our coaches is to create a Telegram group chat. If you guys never heard of Telegram, it's kind of like WhatsApp. It's just like a message only platform. It's not Facebook where you're getting notifications and you're looking at profiles and you're commenting. It's just literally chatting only. And so what we did is we created a challenge group on Telegram, and the coach, or we have an AM coach and a PM coach, and essentially they drop in a message of the day. That's MOD, message of the day, every morning. And it's just like, hey, challengers, don't forget to get protein in every meal. And they're doing some sort of a good morning message, or hey, it's Winning Wednesday. What wins are you experiencing? So I've written out 8 weeks. I'm going to give you guys 8 weeks of messages, but you are only going to use 6. And they're all message of the days that they're going to drop in. And inside of that messenger, we also created 8 weeks of mini challenges to keep everyone engaged. Because what we do on our 28 days, just so you guys know, is they have to drop their meals into Telegram, and we just hold them accountable to having protein with every meal. Because that's typically the big nutrition thing that people miss. They have carb only meals or they skip meals, and the coach holds them accountable in Telegram to their nutrition. So it's very easy for them to work with 10, 20, 30 challengers and not feel overwhelmed, because they're basically working a chat platform, right? And so what we did to make things a little bit more interesting, because it's 8 weeks, we got to keep people excited for 8 weeks. That's a long time. Every 2 weeks, we change to a new mini challenge. So first 2 weeks, we're going to follow our normal protocol. We're going to have everyone drop photos of their meals in the Telegram chat, and we're going to call them out on what we're seeing and give them feedback, again, in a positive way. And that's the first 2 weeks. It's just like chasing protein with every meal, guys. That's our theme, protein with every meal. The next 2 weeks is to hit 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And our goal is to habit stack. So now it's 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day plus protein at every meal. And so what we're really holding them accountable, though, is the new one. We're saying, take a photo of your steps at the end of the day, drop it in Telegram. We want to see. And so that's going to be the main thing on the feed for 2 weeks. The third is going to be a protein shake a day. So again, we're hoping that the first 2 will stack, and then this will be the third one. But now take a photo of your protein shake, your protein powder. Great time for you to sell subs, but you could take a photo of your shaker, before, after you swigged it, whatever. But like, we just want to see shaker bottles, people drinking protein all day for 2 weeks. The final one, we're going to actually get on video and to do 10 to 20 push-ups a day, whatever they're comfortable doing. But it is an everyday push-up challenge for the final 2 weeks. So since it's changing every 2 weeks, it keeps everyone engaged, because 8 weeks is a long haul. And so if you guys are doing 6 weeks, you can take the same approach and change it every 2 weeks. But we're going to, you're going to notice that in my Telegram message of the day is like on week 3, it's going to call out, we're going into our new mini challenge. And on week 5, it's going to say, hey, now we're starting our new mini challenge. I just want you guys to know what those are about. And then for us to even add more mind-blowing value, we're going to do 8 coaching calls during the course of the LBD. So, every, let's say Thursday night at 6 p.m., we haven't picked our time yet, one coach or myself, I even want to do a couple, we're going to get on Zoom and we're going to teach one topic. And so what you guys are going to find in that Google Drive is we just laid out the 8 topics for you. So I should just go in there and show you guys real quick so you can kind of get an idea of some of these things, because explaining it ain't giving it justice. I think we're all visual, and we're going to get a better idea when we see the visuals behind it. So let me open up the messages and let me open up the weekly calls. So essentially, here's your 8 coaching calls. So the only way to lose weight, basically, we touch on calorie deficit, dining out success plan, the 4 places or quote unquote environments that affect your weight. And so it's home, work, etc. How to make habits stick, shop to drop pounds, how to satisfy your sweet tooth, the best and worst alcohol for weight loss, and then the mindset needed for long-term success. Hint, hint, continue on with membership, right? So this is your 8 coaching call topics. You guys can adopt that. If you don't got the manpower, do not feel free, or do not feel like you have to match what I do. We got, a pretty good sized team, and they got the time and the ability to do this stuff. So again, just want to say that do not have to do everything I do. Do what you can do. All right. And then on the 40 messages, they're just all really short and they're all just like Monday through Friday. So, hey, it's go time. The goal is to eat protein every meal. So, and then Friday, we usually send them off with a motivational video that we pulled from YouTube. So again, they're all in here, but you see on week 3, hey, it's time for the first day of our new mini challenge, 7 to 10,000 steps. So it's all written out. So my coaches literally just have to copy and paste. And then from there, they just engage on Telegram. And again, just to give you guys, because you're GR and I like giving you a full behind the curtain look, I'll actually open up one of my Telegram chats and let you see how it's going. So essentially, this is literally the feed. Now, remember, this challenger, it's just protein. We're doing that for a full 28 days. So like literally, it's just a feed of food. So people could probably get hungry looking at this. But, we're supposed to comment and, say like, hey, there's no protein if we don't see any. And so on Fridays, we ask them to submit like their results so far. How many pounds are you down? And so people are posting photos of their food, like, hey, is this challenge, approved? Is this okay? And so it's just a really cool place for everybody to engage and create out of the gym community is in Telegram. So we really wanted to do it in FPT since that's our CRM, but they're just taking forever to make a staff app. So we kind of just took action and we made our own way to communicate with members out of the gym. So that is that. Any questions on that? Because I guess that's important. Like that's how we coach nutrition at scale is within those 4, mini challenges with 2-week cycles. And that's how we can give everybody nutrition coaching out without having to have one-on-ones or make custom plans. We're focusing more on habits, like make it a habit to eat protein at every meal, make it a habit to walk 7,000 steps a day, to have a protein shake, to do push-ups is just kind of like a fun finisher. That's what we're focusing on more than calorie and macro counting. I think we would get into that if they become a member. We can get a little bit more in the weeds on the particulars. So this is a way to do it at scale, because that's the biggest concern. People are like, well, I don't know what I would do if I had 50 non-members and I'm promising nutrition. This is like a scalable way to do that. And remember, scale is like one on many. But any questions on that, on the coaching component? We're good? Okay. I'll get us back into presentation mode. So other resources, the auto enroll agreement. So we do group close with the auto enroll. So you'll have that in there. There's a document called How to Run an LBD Party. Pretty simple. I don't think anyone here even needs that, but we're going to throw that in. Our orientation slide deck, we do at group orientation. We have a welcome packet that we send them, and it's going to be a Canva link so you guys can edit it to your brand. And then any promo graphics that you post on Facebook, etc., will give you like the generic version as a Canva link so you can duplicate it into yours. So that's everything you guys are getting as GR customers. So happy about that. Everyone glad to hear that? Okay, good. So that is what we want to do to help you guys have a mega hit. So this was a training that I did with my team, and I just was going to walk you guys through it real quick. Like, this is what we want to deliver is like hyper accountability in 3 areas, like that they're working out 3 times a week, they're getting protein with every meal. And then the final thing is weigh-ins, and they don't have to do it every week, but on a 6-week challenge, you want a beginning, a middle, and an end. But you also would like to see majority of the doing it weekly. So that's the 3 layers of accountability. And the hardest part, guys, for most people is actually doing it. A lot of people say they offer accountability, but if you went and bought a challenge and you went through it, you wouldn't be held accountable to anything. You would get away with a lot. So like just doing what you say you're going to do is the real hard work, is like actually run reports. Are they coming in? Hold them accountable to attendance. You go through their food. Every person should have their food commented on. Good job. I see protein. Hey, where's the protein? I don't see protein this meal. Like every person needs to get a comment. And then weigh-ins, and actually looking at your report. We do weigh-ins on Thursday. So Friday, we're skimming through it and see who did and who didn't. And we're texting the people who didn't. And so it's like just delivering that accountability. It's like, it's boring, it's mundane, but that's what people are paying for. So just give them hyper accountability. All right. So this is kind of the customer journey. They opt in on your ad, and then your follow-up team, which, again, for majority of you guys, it's us, is going to do a discovery call. We want to discover their pain. We're going to get them to register and sign up for the challenge and either attend group orientation or one-on-one, depending on the person's availability. Like you might pick, we're doing Saturday at 10, and they'll say, I'm out of town. Well, you need a one-on-one orientation them, right? We send them their welcome packet, and then we go to orientation. What are we doing there? We want to just get all the tech issues out of the way in one fell swoop. So I call it the power hour because we're going to embody them. We're going to help them get into Telegram. We're going to help them get into FPT and book their first session. We're going to talk about the auto enroll. Like all this is covered in 1 hour. Is that worth, time savings for you and your team instead of chasing down 40, 50 people and have a one-on-one consult with all of them? This is a great use of your time. So that is what we do in that, beginning stage. The second is now we're in delivery mode. So they come to their first workout. One of the best things you can do that sets the impression the right way is hold them accountable to their first workout. If they do not come in, call them out, like set the stage for your coaching relationship. That's the critical one. I think if people don't come to their first workout, that's where I've seen people just abandon the entire challenge. They feel like a failure. They feel like this isn't going to work. So that might be a coaching moment. Like, hey, don't quit. Don't give up. Life unexpectedly throws things. We need you here later tonight. We need you here tomorrow, but we got to climb back on the horse. Don't give up. So hold them hyper accountable to that first workout. To me, like I remove almost everything off the team's plate. For us, we call it facility director. You don't have anything to do today except make sure every challenger actually comes into their first workout. That is your main objective. Okay. From there, we call them challenge captains. They are the two coaches in the Telegram. One owns the morning, one owns the evening. They are challenge captains. From that point forward, they are in charge of holding the clients accountable to 3 workouts a week. The director might run the report and hand it off to them. They read through it and they start messaging people in Telegram. What's cool about Telegram is you have a group chat, but you can also one-on-one message people. So again, I just think of it as like a distraction-free Facebook Messenger. Telegram, the clients are dropping in their photos or whatever your mini challenge is. The coaches are dropping in their message of the day. At the team meetings, we need to open up the list of challengers. We talk about what we call coaching notes. So we have 2 columns. We have sales notes and we have coaching notes. Sales is everything related to that person becoming a member, objections, anything that they've said, the price objection, spouse objection. We put that in sales notes. Coaching notes is, are they injured? Do they have an intolerance? Did the coach learn something like that they're going through? That's a tough time. We put all of that in coaching notes and we go through it at every team meeting. We literally line by line, every challenger. And we just say, okay, guys, what's going on with Susan? Anybody got an update on her? Do we want to put in the coaching notes? Oh, I was talking with her yesterday. Here's something that happened. Because we have so many, this is kind of where my directness comes out. My guys, as quickly as you can say what you need to say, be precise. We have 50 challengers and we're going to be doing this every week. Do not give me backstory. Don't say, oh, it was the 8 a.m. session. I don't care. Just like, what do you need to say as quickly as possible? Like she's, her knee's hurting her and she's going through a tough time. There was a death in the family. Done. All right. What about Maria? What do we know about Maria? And like, we need to rapid fire because this could easily take up the whole meeting. All right. Now, when you're halfway through the challenge, you want to confirm their auto enroll agreement. So if they said, I want to continue, at about week 5, we reach out to them and say, hey, remember back at the beginning when you signed that auto enroll? We don't want you to get surprised when the challenge ends here in a couple of weeks. We want to make sure you're still good to go. So do you want to continue at this rate? And what we usually use is like ethical bait at group orientation is we give them a discount on their first month. So we're at $200 a month for our boot camp membership. So we tell them you'll get your first month for $150 and then it'll roll into our full rate from that point forward. That works great for us because since we end November 14th, their first month carries over to like December 14th and then their full membership begins. And so boom, they're getting a discount during the holidays when they might use it less. So it's like, it's great timing on our end to offer that. So essentially you're just now attacking each person one by one. You could send it as a mass text. You could go talk to them after their session, but week 5, now you're confirming that everyone's good to go and locking in those agreements. The final phase here is if anybody says, no, I don't want to sign up, we actually go to them with a reoffer to do a paid in full. Usually that sounds weird. Like they told you no, and now you're coming back with a paid in full. But the reason is most people are just saying no to a monthly bill. People don't like to have reoccurring bills. So if you tell them you can stroke a check and just pay off 6 months or a year, you'd be surprised how many people take that who said, I can't afford it. What they really were saying is, I don't want to add more bills. But if I can write a check and write this off, let's do it. So we re-offer them a membership with a 10% off if they do 6 or 12 months. The team continues to provide nutrition feedback in Telegram. And then there's the final weigh-ins. And so we ask people as soon as Wednesday on the final week, to start doing their final InBody so we can get their results tallied. Because we have quick turnover. Like that final for us, 8-week challenge, the party is the Saturday of week 8. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're collecting information, and like Saturday, it's like we're running a vote or something. We're tallying, data. We're finding out who lost the most weight, who lost the most body fat, because we have awards for them and we have to figure out who it was. We also track group weight loss. Kind of a cool stat is to say, hey guys, as a group of challengers, you have lost X amount of pounds, 2,000 pounds. Everybody here combined, we've taken away 2,000 pounds from our community. Isn't that an awesome win? Like that feels good. And that's a customer success stat you can use in your marketing the next LBD. And then finally, there's the offboarding. So we kind of have to close the Telegram because we accidentally left one open and people were pinging us with questions 2 weeks when the challenge was over, and they weren't even members. So it's like they're trying to keep milking the coaches for value. It's like, hey, you're not paid anymore. Sorry, we got other paying customers we got to get to. And then you begin your member onboarding. So again, this has been very heavy on the trial experience, but whatever you do to onboard your members, do you put them in the members group at that point? Do you have like a welcome post? That's something we added where we take their photo from Facebook. We put them on, a post on the group, and we say, hey, everyone, welcome. This is officially a new member. So on this day, like there's a new post going up every 2 hours because we have so many new members. And then finally, we also give them 4 free small group sessions and help them book those in the calendar. So if they love it, hopefully we can upsell them into, small group training. So things that were game changers for us, and you're going to see a lot of these, repeated what we talked about. Adding challenge captains. Like the team just didn't know who was responsible for the challengers. So we just basically called out 1 or 2 that just said, you are responsible for coaching them off the floor. Everyone has to coach them on the floor, but you're responsible for Telegram and coaching them off the floor. They also get some extra admin hours, right? Group orientation. Again, I said that earlier, just gets so much knocked out in one Saturday morning, but it only is as powerful as full as it is. So you really got to get minimum 10 people. If we ever have less than 10 people, we'll just cancel it as a group and we'll just do a bunch of one-to-ones. But I don't think with this much time to sell, anybody would be below 10 challengers. You guys will all have 20 plus. Group close, you don't got to do one-to-one combat and close everybody one-to-one. You could just close the whole group. Average group close percentage is 70%. And then you can just one-on-one all the people who said no because they just had fear, right? Telegram coaching allowed for group coaching, nutrition coaching at scale. One coach could handle 30 clients and not feel overwhelmed at all. Very, very manageable. Weekly weigh-ins. This helped when you are confirming them on their membership or you're selling them to say, hey, I saw your last InBody and you're down 12 pounds. That's awesome. You're in momentum. And the worst thing you can do is stop momentum. So let's keep it going. Let's sign you up. And that's a great tool. If you don't got people weighing in, you don't got any data to sell them, right? Welcome packet. A lot of times people sign up and now they're excited. They want to-dos. It's like, give me some homework. Tell me what to do to get ready. And then we as gym owners don't give them anything. So we give them 4 things to do. Take your before photo, meal prep. We lay it all out for them. And that's in the welcome packet, which you guys will get. It's a Canva graphic. And then finally, we have the mini challenges, and that kept everyone engaged outside of just showing up and working out. There's something you do outside of the gym, and now they're talking to people through their day, which means referrals, which means them, living the life out of the gym, which is exactly what we want. So Mike, to your question, what if you don't have an InBody? That's fine. Just weigh them in. The only benefit of the InBody is you get to see muscle and fat, but if you just get them on the scale, that's all that matters. It's the awareness. There was even a talk I saw from Layla Hormozi where there was a comparison of people who weighed daily after 60 days. They were down an average of 5 pounds because they had that mental reminder. And then there was people who were on the same fitness program and they didn't weigh in, and they were either the same or they were up 2 pounds. And so I know we all don't like the scale, but we got to admit, for awareness purposes, it's a powerful tool. It gives you immediate feedback on what you ate yesterday and what it's done to your body today. And it could kind of drive you crazy if you do that forever. But for the purpose of a challenge, I think weekly is a healthy amount. You don't have to do it daily. That's a little nuts. So yeah, I would just say normal scale. So cool with that. All right. So guys, we're going to wrap up here with the real reason everybody joins this party and that, or this challenge, and that is the party. So these are photos from mine in our gym. We got a DJ, we got lights. You know, this is where you can start leveraging relationships. We had a client who was a DJ. We got a friend of our head coach who was the bartender. We got a client who makes sweet treats, and like, you know, we don't try to make them healthy for this party. We go all out with calories. So she made us cookies and all kinds of stuff with little, like, you know, cool little dumbbells. These were them. So there's little barbell plates and dumbbells, and they're like chocolate dip pretzels. This is our bartender. I think we did like a $30 unlimited drinking wristband. Every person bought it. So that's an upsell. You can sell them, you know, alcohol. And then essentially these were our awards. And so we'll send you guys the 6 categories, but there's some that are just like numbers, right? Most weight loss, most body fat loss, but then there's some that are subjective that we let the coaches pick. So we say, who do you think out of, you know, out of the challengers improved their nutrition the most? And we might let the AM coach pick one and the PM coach pick one. And we'll say, who has had the most mindset change? AM coach, you pick one, PM coach, you pick one. And so there was probably a good 4 or 5 categories that were all just, you know, a person's opinion. They weren't based on numbers. I think the numbers was weight loss, fat loss, and then who attended the most sessions. So that we can all run in our system and we can find the answer and pick the award winner. And so that's, you know, our award table. We did bring multiple locations, so you're going to see like redundancies, but essentially that is that. Chantel asks, do you try and get them to agree to auto enrollment at the orientation? Absolutely. So that is the end of the group orientation. That's the end of the slide deck, by the way. So we kind of create like a circular pattern. So they walk in, greeter. Now go see InBody person, because that's like the biggest time suck. It takes a minute a person. Go hop on the scale, hop on the InBody, whatever you got. Okay, get your shoes on. Now you're going to come over here, and this is like the tech station. So we're going to get you on Telegram. We're going to get you an FPT, and then go have a seat. And, you know, we're going to have somebody smoozing the crowd, talking to them and getting everybody ready for the group orientation. And then you have a TV or you have a projector, and now a presentation of you know, what we share with you guys at orientation. And at the end, you hand out black envelope, or you keep them up. You don't want to give it to them because they'll be distracted. They'll be looking at that and not paying attention to your slide. But when you add so much value in what you present, then when you come in with an offer, like that's the rule of sales, right? It's like give, give, give. And then they will be comfortable giving back. And you've now established yourself as an authority. You've given value. So here's what we do. You know, our auto enroll is, you know, $49 a week. This is the boxes they have to check. They write their name, check the box, and save $50 on your first month. I agree to auto enroll. My challenge is over, and get $50 off my first month for being a fast action taker. I can cancel this anytime during my challenge, and I can cancel anytime in the first 30 days of my membership and pay no cancel fee. So again, the first rule of, you know, offers is like, make it so good people can't say no. Like, what? There's no risk. Why would you say no? Why would you not check this box? And basically, we're just saying, hey, you're just saving us a ton of admin work and having to chase you down. We want to spend our time coaching. We want to get you results. So we will pass that savings to you if you'll save us time. No, I want to wait and pay full price. I choose to miss out on the $50 discount on my first month of membership. I acknowledge this special offer is only available at orientation only. I guess that's kind of redundant. Yeah, only available at orientation only is available at orientation only. So, so that's that. And then here's where you put all your legalese. What is your cancel policy? What's your freeze policy? Liability. We just try to put it all in one sheet. So this is just like, you know, a very clear decision is right here. You write your name and you check a box, and then this is all the legalese you sign at the bottom. And so that is pretty much how that goes. And then this is the welcome packet. And again, we're going to send you guys the Canva one so you can edit it. So what's their homework? Go take your before and after photos, download our app, and reserve your first session. Most of them don't. And so that's why we help them at group orientation. Download Telegram so you can chat with your coach, and then pick the right meal plan for you. And so essentially we have it in chunks of weight ranges. So 100 to 150, 150 to 200, 201 to 250. and 250 plus. And it's not even really a meal plan. It's just a list of foods in each category with serving sizes. You know, like this person, because it's 250 plus, it's 9 ounces of chicken. And if you went to the 150, it's probably gonna be more like 4 to 6 ounces. So that is that. But yeah, let me see if there's anything else in here. I guess that is it. So yeah, guys, hopefully that was a lot of value, and hopefully you guys are ready to rock this challenge. Again, I'm excited because it's Super Bowl for us at our gyms, and it can be for you guys too. And I know, again, you guys might not want to do the party version, do all of this coaching in a non-party version. It can still be a mega hit. But if you have the ability, I would really, really urge you to do the LBD party version, because it does make you unique. There's probably not going to even be another gym in your area running it. And so it just makes you stand out. And so don't be cheap, put in the ad spend, get with your team, battle plan all of this, think it all through. I will have that Google Drive shared to you guys by this Friday. There's a couple final things I got to collect and put in there. But for now, if you wanted to, you know, get rolling, it would just be put together your giveaway ad. That's pretty much the main thing is your to-do for now. And then plan out your dates. If you want to match my dates or you want to do different dates, that would be my 2 to-dos for you guys out of this call. Jody, you got a question? Go for it.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin. Just a quick one. If you could, do you have a suggestions for people that are really like they're just starting out? They only have a few people to do this challenge. Some suggestions and tidbits if they've got 1, 2, or maybe 3 people and that's it, plus their existing members. If you have any tidbits to add to your package on how to make this work on a skeleton crew, that would probably be good too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And it basically would be like, just don't do the party version, because it's probably gonna feel super overwhelming. Just do a non-party version. I mean, the only other way I've seen it work, because I had a member or a gym owner is concerned about that too, but they recruited their clients to kind of be their event planner. And they said, I'll comp your LBD challenge if you just help me organize this chaos and just be my admin for the next 8 weeks and just, you know, help me with planning the party and finding the vendors, which, by the way, vendors, I know it sounds crazy, and we didn't even do alcohol till 2 years ago, and I've done 8 of them. Like, I just like, and I goofed one time because I don't know, like, I don't drink, so I'm weird and I don't know these terms. So I was promoting, all right, guys, you know, open bar at the LBD party. Everybody, like, come on down. It's gonna be a good old time. And so everyone showed up, and the bartender's like, hey, this will be $5 for this drink. And she's like, Dustin, you said open bar. I'm like, yeah, like the bar's open, like open bar. I had no idea that meant like we cover all the drinking. It's free drinking for everybody. And so everybody had to like ask for cash or do a bank run and bring money. Like, so that was like 3 years ago. I think I made that goof up. So, so you guys obviously won't repeat that mistake, but you don't have to do alcohol. We had a blast for 5 years with just food and dancing. And then everybody went somewhere after, and it was like the whole post-party game. And that's fine. Like, I just had them come together to dance and eat and give awards. And it was like 2 hours. And then they all, because they're all dressed up and they got no kids, they wanted to keep the night out, and they all went and did their own thing. And so you don't have to have everything. If it's your first party, you could just do awards and food. You don't have to do food. You could do appetizers. Like, make it scaled down to what you can do. All that matters is you're bringing people together and they're having fun. That's it. That's all that you got to do. So you can plan some games on the cheap. You know, you can get all these ladies in high heels playing, you know, like musical chairs, and watch them fall and laugh and, you know, just have fun. And you can have a DJ if you can swing it, and, you know, just do everything you can do and barter. Try to find people you can barter with, so that you can keep this on the cheap. So yeah, guys, it's a good time, and I'm glad that.
Hey, Dustin, it's Priscilla.
Yeah, go for it.
Question. Sorry to cut you off. How are the high heels on the Dollarmer? I'm just scared that my floor is gonna get backed up.
Yeah, so we have Dollarmer mats too, and honestly, we didn't have any issues. Maybe test it, throw some on and walk across. But where they were dancing, we did rent a big, like, I don't know, 20 by 20 dance floor, and then we put that on the mats, and then that obviously protected it. So there was very little mat exposed from like the dance floor to our wood floor entry, and the dance floor to like the back door. Like, we didn't have a lot, but no holes, no punctures. Like, it all worked out fine. And then we always strategically put the food outside because we don't want them to obviously spill it on their mats. And you know, the members care about the gym, they train on it, so they're not wanting to get it stained and food on it either, because they have to show up the next day and do push-ups on it. So just again, set some ground rules. You should be good, Priscilla.
Right. Thank you.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I got a jam, so I'm gonna put the replay to this also in the Google Drive, and then all the stuff that I promised you guys. And I would just say again, pick your dates, get your ads up, and create a strategy meeting with your team. And then we'll be off to the races, and we will be happy to sell this for you. And it's going to be an easy sale. Like there's no resistance on this sale. Like people are just handing you money because it does not sound like it's workouts. It's a part. You're selling them a party. I'm throwing a party. Do you want to come? Here's the price. Let's have a good time. Right. So that's the main thing you're selling. So glad that you guys came. Excited to do this offer for you guys, and let's grow and fall, baby. Let's make it happen. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Later.